Mortal Kombat 11 is on the way in all of its glory, and sooner than we thought. That's great news for fighting game fans, as MKX was one of the best fighting games of 2015, but it wasn't without its share of faults and missed opportunities. With that in mind, here are the 11 things we want from Mortal Kombat 11. First up, friendships. Mortal Kombat 9 brought back Fatalities, and Mortal Kombat X brought back Brutalities, so it stands to reason that Mortal Kombat 11 should bring back friendships. I mean, they could also bring back animalities, but Fatalities are great to end a hard-fought match with an added exclamation point. Like, yeah, we just had a really good match, and now I'm gonna shove your arms into your shoulders, rip open your head like a Pez dispenser, and then put out my cigar in your tongue. But sometimes when you end a match, you want to show respect to the opponent. Fatalities usually take a long time, but friendships can be a quick and fun way to end a match with respect. Or ironic disrespect, either way. Number 2, better animations. One thing that NetherRealm games have always had an issue with is animation. For a game featuring the strongest martial artists of Outworld, Earthrealm, NetherRealm, and everywhere in between, they sure don't strike, move, or flow like martial artists. Stiff animation is kind of the style of Mortal Kombat, and that's fine to an extent, but even if you just chalk a lot of MKX's animations to a stylistic or design choice, it still leaves a lot of room for improvement. Number 3, online. Mortal Kombat X added GGPO netcode almost a full year after it came out, which made online play much smoother, so it seems like a given that MK11 will come out of the gate with a much more painless online component. At least, we hope so. Beyond that though, there are a couple of things that would make online in MK11 even better. It would be great if we could matchmake while playing other modes. It'd be great to see King of the Hill again, but with the return of animated avatars like in MK9. And finally, if Mortal Kombat 11 does adopt an Injustice 2 style gear system, please give us an unranked option to play without gear bonuses turned on that doesn't depend on both players agreeing to it. Otherwise, learning new characters in an online environment kinda sucks. Number 4, returning characters. Mortal Kombat X opted to introduce a lot of new characters, which is great, but it also meant that a lot of fan favorites missed the roster. Time to bring them back. We're talking Shang Tsung, Jade, Cabal, Rain, the Cyborgs as separate characters this time, Smoke in human form, and yeah, even Curtis Stryker. A lot of these characters are dead, but hey, that's never stopped Mortal Kombat before. Number 5, guest characters. NetherRealm games always killed on the guest characters, but there are a few obvious choices here that would just be missed opportunities if they didn't find their way into a DLC pack. First off, the most obvious one, Pennywise. The Killer Clown would fit perfectly with Mortal Kombat, with a moveset that would be limited only by NetherRealm's twisted imagination. We could go on all day with hopes for guest characters, but the other one that we really hope to see is Ash Williams. Come on, how has this not happened yet? You're telling me he can be a guest in Poker Night at the Inventory, but not Mortal Kombat? Come on. Number 6, a chip damage revamp. The chip damage, or damage taken while blocking, in Mortal Kombat X is pretty excessive and could use a complete overhaul. Whether that means making it so that matches cannot come to an end due to chip damage, for example, or tying chip damage to a guard meter so characters only take substantial damage when the meter depletes. As it is though, the punishing chip damage makes dramatic comebacks feel impossible, and diminishes the hype of watching competitive play. Number 7, keep story mode the same. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. NetherRealm has a good thing going with its story modes, and alongside Injustice 2, the series is currently the gold standard in fighting games. Here's hoping that Mortal Kombat 11 continues to carry the torch. Number 8, but also give us some new modes. One thing that Soul Calibur 6 did extremely well was provide 2 equally worthwhile single-player modes that fleshed out the entire roster, even beyond those that had a big role to play in the main storyline. As great as the story modes in NetherRealm games are, there are always a handful of characters that don't get much screen time, and it would be nice to have another mode where their stories can be given time to develop. Number 9, more stage fatalities. Maybe it's too much to ask, but it would be amazing for each stage to have its own stage fatality, or to have multiple stage fatalities, each dependent on your position in the stage. Either way, stage fatalities are awesome, and we'd like more of them, please. Number 10, a smooth PC launch. MKX's PC launch was riddled with problems, from people not being able to launch the game, to players not being able to access all of its characters and modes. And the worst was that customers were kept in the dark for a really long time before any kind of fix was made. That sucks, and hopefully NetherRealm has learned from the bad experience. And finally, number 11, something we haven't seen before. If there's one thing NetherRealm can be commended for, it's never resting on their laurels. Mortal Kombat X introduced variations that gave us 3 different styles for each character, while Injustice 2 introduced an extremely in-depth gear customization and loot system. While it's easy to say just do variations again or add Injustice 2's loot and gear system, what we really hope for is something that gives MK11 its own identity. What do you want to see in Mortal Kombat 11? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. My name is Mitchell Saltzman. If you enjoyed this video, you can follow me on Twitter at JurassicRabbit. And also, don't forget to check out our initial reactions to the MK11 trailer, along with our breakdown of everything that we could glean from it. And for everything else, keep it here on IGN.
Get over here! It's gonna be next.